Okay, so we're going to get started now. Thank you for everyone who's taken this evening out of their time to join us. Hope you find this very helpful. So just to let you know, I'm the Operations Director, Gary Zavani. I'm SEMA qualified, about 20 years experience. And supporting me in the presentation is going to be our founder and managing partner, Sumit Agarwal, who's also SEMA qualified and ACA qualified in India as well. So an awful lot of experience and passion from Sumit, so hopefully you'll hear that coming through. So let me just check a couple of settings and I'll get started talking through this. Okay, so I just want to start with a little quote from Robert Louis Stevenson, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. And I think that's very, very apt for a franchise. You guys are on here because you're interested in starting something small and developing and hopefully growing it to something very big and successful. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here listening now. So great to have you all on board. For those of you who don't know much about a franchise and what it really entails, why franchise? So there's a number of key reasons why somebody would consider a franchise instead of going off and starting a business by themselves. And the first one would be, I would say, working for yourself, but not by yourself. And that's very key. You're part of a much larger team and you've got that support network there. You're also joining an established brand, and you know this leads to much quicker growth. You're not having to start from scratch and do all those mistakes that we've already learned many years ago. So and being part of a much wider support network. So you've got that support, you get trained by a team of experts, they know what it takes to grow a successful business. And a couple other key elements to why somebody would consider a franchise of starting by themselves. Well, starting a franchise as part of a business is taking control of your own future. With a franchise, you're building something up for yourself. And a lot of times, especially with something like a accountancy franchise, every client is worth a value. So effectively what you're building is a retirement fund and a pension. So something very special about what we're offering as part of the accountancy industry. You have that ongoing support by the experts, and sort of finishing off, it's all about getting a better work-life balance, and it's empowering your career so you can do that. And these are the main reasons why someone would consider buying a franchise instead of starting from scratch on their own. So a little bit of overview on DNS, and Sumit will chip in as well with various elements here. We are one of the UK's most highly respected multi-award winning accountants at the moment. We specialise in delivering compliance services to contractors, freelancers and businesses, the SME market especially, so from those small to medium-sized businesses. Founded in 2005, from Sumit's bedroom, I believe is where he started. Our headquarters are now in Harrow. We have a revenue mix of about 95% recurring revenues and 5% one-off revenues. And this is really important because it's that recurring fee that you can build on time after time after time and really grow your franchise and your practice over the years. And that's what you want. You want those clients that pay you that regular income and use you year after year after year. I've spoken about having a good brand, and that's something we do have. Client reviews on Google, Trustpilot and Vouch4 are about 4.5. We do regular client feedback calls, so we're always trying hard to increase that, because we know leads will look at those reviews and that will reflect on us and our ability to sign them up. I mentioned multi-award winning. Our two most recent large awards were the winning the Independent Firm of the Year for South East of England at the British Accountancy Awards in 2017 and 18. And we'll talk a little bit more about our achievements in a later slide. In the UK, we've got about 75 employees. It's about 150 in our team in India as well. Currently, we've got 4 franchisees, 10 offices across the country, about 5,000 customers, and that gives us a revenue of about £6 million as of 2020 across the group.
Gary, can I add one thing?
Please do, sir.
Obviously, by looking at numbers, you may wonder why starting DNS franchise when DNS is already with 10 offices and growing very fast, very successful business. Me personally, Gary, when I started business, it took me first 6 years to understand the jigsaw puzzle. And since we have sorted out the puzzle and things, I'm really passionate about sharing and building a great business together. And I feel that this was one of the best opportunity to grow the business with the mindset of the ownership, and therefore franchising was the best route. I mean, we can go ahead and we can open offices all across the country, but the franchisee is the best, safest way, and it is also serves the purpose of sharing and growing the brand together. So that's the reason we so much believe in growth with the franchisee route, and we can share this significant golden opportunity with like-minded, business-oriented people who want to really develop great business together.
Thank you for adding that there, Sumit. Just before I carry on to the next slide, I forgot to mention at the beginning, there's the question and answer functionality in Zoom, so please use that to ask your questions, and then me and Sumit will answer that at the end. I've also got Jodie, our business development manager, on the call as well, so she'll be available to discuss with you as well after this webinar. She can arrange a meeting with you on a one-to-one basis, but we'll come to that at the end. So like I said, we'll leave questions till the end so we can crack on. Okay, so we touched upon about some of our achievements, I said in more recent times, 2017, 2018, but the one thing about being a multi-award winning is not to do it in 1 year, but it's to consistently be winning awards or being a finalist in awards. And that's something we've done from winning our first award at the British Accounting Awards in 2013, the Oscars of the accountancy industry, to being shortlisted on a regular basis since then, winning in 2017 and 18, being shortlisted at the Practice Excellence Awards as well as the Contracting Awards last year. We've also been shortlisted again this year at the Accountancy Excellence Awards for client service and
Gary,
people.
Gary, if I may interrupt, if you notice, it took me 10 years, almost 10 years to reach a turnover of 1 million. And from 2013 to 2020, it took us just 7 years to reach turnover of 6 million. So you can see the speed at which business is growing.
And I think that's a very good point from Sumit. I went back to the beginning on why would you consider a franchise instead of starting by yourself? And as you can see, those first few years, growth is slow. So by coming in with us now, what you're doing, you're getting all our knowledge, all our expertise at the point where we are really accelerating our growth and we've got great ambitions to continue that growth. You can see there's been a number of acquisitions over the years as well as the franchise awards. What's not on here is a number of accreditations we've got with contractors, industries such as
Gary,
as well.
One more thing I'll highlight, why people are acquiring or merging with us, because they believe in our systems, process. I mean, I do get requests from all over the country to help them with their processes. And I'm just wondering, I'm helping other accounting firms. Why not I create my own national brand across the firm and exponentially grow it? And this is the whole idea.
So as Sumit said there, that's really the basis of our move to a franchise model. And what you can see here is a few of our group companies that has helped us get to the growth we've got to. We've got the main DNS Accounting Anywhere brand, the DNS Accountants franchise one that you obviously got in touch with us under. We also have our software, which is called Numisma, which is Sumit is the founder of the software, and also the outsourced company called Outbooks. And we'll come to why those two parts are important, because they're fundamental in what we can offer you as part of the franchise. In addition, because one of our specialist areas is the contract industry, and that's taken a big hit in recent years from HMRC, and a big movement of those contractors to umbrella solutions. We've got two umbrella companies, DNS Umbrella and Relices, so we're able to still service those clients without losing them to umbrella companies outside the group. And this is something obviously you can take advantage of as well. So how to build a successful business. There's really a number of cogs in the jigsaw, and Sumit mentioned the word jigsaw earlier, and it's very important. This is what we've learned over the years. You can be the best accountant in the world, but if you can't bring the leads in and sign those clients up, you're not going to have a successful practice. So the first part of that cog is the marketing and sales, and includes lead generation, selling, and providing the pricing and quotes to those clients. Following that is, once they agree to sign up, is the customer onboarding. getting them to sign the contract, doing that initial training on the software, doing your anti-money laundering checks, and then incorporating the company for them. This is all stuff we can do through our software, which is available through the franchise. And then you need to deliver the actual compliance services. So we've got delivery, delivering bookkeeping. We need to deliver VAT, monthly payroll, self-assessments yearly, the accounts finalisation, and the fully integrated software, which we're going to mention it later again, that called Numisma, as I've mentioned in one of those group companies, that helped you deliver that.
And
software,
we offer, Gary, the software. I mean, if you have 100 clients, for example, in the practice, the software cost alone can be significant for payroll, final account, self-assessment, and bookkeeping, client licenses. And literally, this software is completely free of charge. For 100 clients alone, you can save 25 grand a year.
So, and that's part of your franchise fees. You don't have to pay extra. And there's many other accountancy franchises out there whereby you pay your franchise fee and then you've got to pay extra for all the various elements of software as well. But all this is useless if you don't provide the correct customer support, and it's ensuring you get back to those clients on a regular basis, and you need those tools to be able to do that. I'm really proud to say when it came to the lockdown, we literally had no downtime to any of our team because we're so technology driven, from CRM being cloud-based to software being cloud-based, using Office 365, using Microsoft Teams to do our meetings and collaboration tools. We were ready, and it was seamless moving from working into the office to working from home. And that means you can provide those clients that customer support. We've had some great feedback from clients not even realizing we shut the office because the support was so seamless to them. And the final part of that cog is, yes, we provide compliance services as accountants, but the reason clients go to an accountant is not just to do the compliance service. They want somebody who can help them grow their personal wealth and their business. So we've got a lot of partners, a lot of things we can do internally, from helping clients get loans, maybe financial advice, mortgages, wills, to providing specialist services such as R&D tax credits, capital allowances, etc. So there's a raft of value-added services we can offer to clients, and hence you as part of DNS can offer to clients and not lose out to larger accountants. Yes.
If I may add one point on value-added service, Gary, the retention of the client in long run, apart from full service, how could you do it? Because the world is becoming so competitive, the industry is so competitive. If you do not know much about value-added service, for example, client asks you, do you provide the service to protect my identity or my address in company's house, or mortgages or insurance or R&D tax credit or government grants or business plans or valuations or share schemes? This is overlapping, but knowledge of value-added service will make you highly successful. It takes years to build these kind of value-added service knowledge and to incorporate that in the group and your delivery mechanism, which is highly important. And that differentiates us heavily from any traditional accountant.
Thank you, Samir. So, to follow up from there, we mentioned about how important it was to have sales and marketing in place. Sorry, I've gone back, wrong slide. How important it was to have sales and marketing in place, and selling is an art that requires a great ecosystem to deliver. So, what do you need to deliver to have this great ecosystem in place? And like someone said, the first 6 years, you can see it took us 6 years to get to £1 million growth, and we've learned an awful lot, and this is what we've got in place and what we can give to our franchisees. We've got an extremely successful website. The SEO is managed on a daily basis from our team, our website team. Currently, we get over 125,000 visitors per month, and that is increasing on a daily basis. So it's only going to improve and improve from there. We've got a great social media presence. Some of you have attended this webinar because you've seen an advert on social media. And we do web and social media advertising as well. We've got a number of mature marketing channels that provides us leads across the country, which we will then give to the nearest franchisee, and have regular lead communications as well. In addition to that, it's really important you have a good customer relationship management tool to help manage those leads. And this is part of the software we give you. And in that CRM system, there's pricing and quoting, and this all allows you the ability to easily follow up leads. I think the overall message for this part of the webinar presentation is that all this adds up to a regular stream of leads. With the franchise package that we offer, you get 50 qualified leads included in that package, but there's those ongoing leads after that as well that you will still have access to. Okay.
And most important thing, Gary, it's not about just we are giving you the system and then off you go. We give you the system, but it's a hand-holding system. It's a constant learning, unlimited support. There is no limit to the amount of support. Nowhere does our agreement, our contract anywhere says that your support is restricted to 1 hour a month, 2 hour a month, 10 hour a month. It's just unlimited support, because your success means our success.
Thank you. And following up from the marketing, it's not just about what the leads we give you. It's really important to network and get more visibility in your local area. This is why we are really keen to develop the franchise model, because it's having that local presence that makes a difference. And we'll give you support and guidance on networking. You'll need to develop your own leads. You've got to remember, you're not an employee in DNS, but a business owner. So you've got your own investment in that you need to make sure that you get a good return on, and we want to see you getting a good return on that. There's local business networking groups, a lot of face-to-face ones. Obviously, with the COVID pandemic, this is something that is done more through Zoom and Microsoft Teams type sharing. But there's lots of social media groups, and we expect all our local franchisees to join the local social media groups and become that expert in accounting for their local area. And you need to develop that profile as an expert in accounting. Develop the relationship with your local professionals, your bank managers, your solicitors, etc. And you can also offer your expertise to local media adverts with articles and free radio talk shows, etc. So these are all different ideas that we will explore and support you with, and find the ones that fit well for your local area. So Sumit touched on the ongoing support, and it's really important that you have the correct training on ongoing support. We do not limit it to a number of a fixed amount of time. We will do your startup training, which will go through all the different systems and processes and software. There'll be structured client management training, which will follow what we do at the main head office at DNS, which we know works really well. And then there's ongoing training and support. On Friday mornings, 2-3 times a month at least, we will do a training session to all the teams across the DNS group, including the franchisees. If there is something such as a government announcement during the COVID pandemic, we might do an ad hoc one and not wait till the Friday, because it's really important. As accountants, we're there, we know what's happening, and we can act quickly for our clients. In addition, you'll get training on the client relationship management tool and the accounting software as well. You have access to our specialist teams, our tax team, payroll team, bookkeeping, accounts, as you can see there. And there's always the ability to outsource compliance work to us as well, to free up your time to grow the business instead of actually letting the business run you in your time. Okay. And as backup to that, I just want to show you a few of the faces from our senior team. Obviously, you can see Sumit and myself already. Jodie's our franchise business development manager, who will be your first point of contact on this journey. Our tax director, Sid Agarwal. Whoops, my apologies, gone back one. Sorry everyone, just jumped through too fast. We've got Martin Keeney, our VAT consultant. He's one of the country's leading VAT consultants. Our senior accountant, Aaron Sharma. Ajit, who's our director of Indian operations, and Benny, our R&D tax director. In addition, we've got Lee Wright, our group sales director. We've got a digital marketing director in Vidit Agarwal. And this is why this digital marketing is so important in this day and age. We've got a designated director in this area who's also got a designated team to deal with our digital marketing across the board. And we've mentioned our software in Numisma. Ashley Hall's our Numisma product owner, really driving that forward with Sumit, the founder of the Numisma software, and also our Outbooks managing director, which is the outsourced team. of Amit Agarwal. Okay, so as you can see, there's a really good, strong senior team. And we've got, like I said, there's about 75 employees underneath that in the UK, and we've got another 150 odd in our Indian team as well. So, following on from there, to sort of summarise, you know, what you want to do. One of the reasons why you're looking to join a franchise is to get a better work-life balance and have a great business at the same time. So, what do you need? So, we mentioned about that mature marketing and sales system. You need to use technology to save time and effort. And this is really important. And as we've mentioned already, we provide you a whole load of technology included in your franchise package, from Office 365 and Microsoft Teams and the excellent collaboration tools there, to our customer relationship management tool, which has the pricing and onboarding software, and the fully integrated accounting software. And like I said, with that, it not only deals with the bookkeeping, which you can give free of charge to your clients, and along with a mobile app, but it allows you to do the self-assessments, fully integrated and linked up with HMRC for submissions, the same for our payroll, same for our VAT, which is making tax digital compliant, and the same for our accounts finalisation. And there's a lot more functionalities being added to our CRM and accounting software as the days and months go on. And in addition, it's having that ongoing support and training and that great infrastructure behind you. And don't forget, as part of getting a better work-life balance, if you find it's getting too much for you to do that work on your own, and you don't want to deal with the headaches of employing staff and having to deal with annual leave and sick cover, then you can outsource that to us, and you let us deal with all those issues for you while you get on with growing the practice and having a business that allows you to enjoy what you do and not run what you do. Okay, I don't know if you want to add to that bit there, Sumit, before we finish off to any questions.
I mean, Gary, from my side, all I can say, we are passionate to build a great business with great team, ownership mindset, and there are ambitious people who are looking to develop their business, somebody looking to establish minimum 50 grand worth of income with the hard work, effort, support. I mean, this is a great opportunity. That's all I can say. The people behind this program is not cowboys. We are in business for the last 20 years. The team around it is a great team. So we are really looking forward to meet some exciting, talented people who are ready to develop the business and capitalize on this great opportunity.
Okay. Thank you, Sumit. So that sort of brings us towards the end of the presentation. So if you've got any questions, I think somebody has raised their hand. Let me see who that is. Hello, sir. Do you want to ask your question?
I'd like to ask my question. What is the price of the franchise? How are you? What are we paying for?
Yeah, the franchise fee is £25,000. You obviously get in, as well as the training and support, the access to all the software, the systems, infrastructure, and the knowledge that you get for that. And there's also a management service fee as well. And this is something that you can discuss with Jodie, our business development manager, in more detail. We do have a number of options available. As you can see there, her email address there is there as well, Jodie at dnsaccountantsfranchise.co.uk. And she will be touching base with all of you who have attended this webinar to see if we can advise any further as well.
Is it paid on a one-off basis, or what's the plan?
Yeah, the license fee is paid on a one-off basis, although we do have a payment plan that's available, it can be discussed with you. And in addition, there is a management service fee that goes in line with the clients that you sign up. So it's very much based on your success. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I've got another question here from Nadeem. What qualifications required to join the franchise? Ideally, we would like to have qualified accountants join the franchise. If you have got experience though, but not qualified with one of the professional bodies, it is definitely something that we can discuss and consider. The key is that you do have some franchise knowledge and experience. If you're interested in an accountancy franchise, but you don't have the experience, and the qualification, then there are other options available to you to work with DNS. We've got what we call a champions model, so that's something we can discuss further, and it's detailed within the prospectus, which for those of you who don't have them, we will be able to send to you after this. Okay. I've got another question coming here from Marus. Do you operate outside the UK? I joined the call from Ghana. So Marus, welcome from Ghana. Great to have you listening. Unfortunately, we don't operate from outside the UK. The reason we're looking to do a franchise, to grow our franchise, is to make sure we've got a local presence in that area where clients want to be able to go and meet their accountant face to face at some point. In addition, our franchise won't cover the Ghanaian tax requirements, so unfortunately it's not something that we're looking to do at the moment and taking internationally. It may be something we'll look to do in the future. I've got another question here from Shamian. Is there any franchise bank loans available? We offer a payment plan ourselves. We do have a broker who can help you with getting a loan, and it's something we're actually in discussions with a couple of high street banks now, and it's something that Jodie, since she's joined us, will be looking at in more detail. So there's nothing specifically in place, but there are options available with regards to a payment plan we can offer, or a broker that we currently use who can offer you a loan depending on your suitability. Hopefully, Shamian, that answers your question. I've got another question here from Rudo. Should the accountant have a practicing certificate? Do help on this. So if you are a member of one of the professional bodies, you will need a practicing certificate. Yet we can help and give guidance and support in that. If you're not a member of one of the professional bodies, you don't need a practicing certificate. And this is a sort of an anomaly of the accountancy industry, but that's something we can discuss. The key is that you've got some accounting experience and knowledge and something that you can work on from there. So hopefully, Rudo, that's answered your question there. With all of these, please, we can discuss further afterwards by emailing Jodie direct or the info@ email address. Question from John Murphy. How long does the franchise agreement ask for? Good question, John. Yeah, it's a 5-year franchise agreement, which is quite standard within the accountancy franchise industry. Upon renewal of the agreement after 5 years, if both parties are happy with each other still, then you do not have to pay the franchise license fee again. It's just the cost of the legal fees to renew the agreement. Hopefully that answers that question for you, John.
Gary, there are plenty of other questions.
Yes, no, I'm working through them as we go along. So Mawuz, thank you for saying well noted. I've got a question here, another question from Nadeem. Is working as a franchise owner counts towards experience working towards ACCA? So I think it's ensuring that you're doing the right type of compliance work on your own franchise. If you're already with ACCA, then it's something we will need to discuss with you, because you will need a practice certificate. And if you're still working towards that qualification, there might be some complexities in that, but without doubt, that's something we can discuss and explore with you further. There are opportunities there to work around it. Sumit, did you want to add to that at all?
But the thing is, as long as they do the relevant job and we can certify the experience, and we have done that in past, so it is quite doable. The key is relevant experience, and we can discuss together in detail.
Okay, thank you, Sumit. Another question from Dan Verrier. If you need to sell the franchise due to retirement or any other reason, is there a set procedure for this? Yes, there is. So yeah, so we can sell the franchise, put the franchise back out on the market as a going concern. We will look at it from a DNS point of view of maybe looking to buy it as well. And obviously there's various exit opportunities available from the franchise as well, which is all detailed within the franchise agreement if you were to get to that stage. But without doubt, as I mentioned in the presentation, an accountancy practice has got a value to it. So every time you sign up a client, you shouldn't just think about what income that's giving you today, but also what the value of that as it grows over a period of time, and what you could sell that practice for in the future as well. Hopefully, Dan, that answers that question for you. I'll take a few more questions before we wrap up, as I know it's a nice evening. You might want to get to a G&T in the garden. Sohail was asked, do I need to leave my current job to start the franchise? We do. We can't have franchisees working on evenings and weekends, so we do need a commitment. I would say at least 2.5 to 3 days, including you doing some weekend and evening as well. If you're not doing the franchise full time, it will take a lot longer for you to make a success of it, which will make it a lot harder for you to recoup your investment. And we want to see franchisees really give it a go and recoup the investment. And I need to ensure that the territory is actually getting a good return. I want to see it grow. I want you to be a success. So it's something we can discuss, but there's no way we would allow somebody in a full-time job to do a franchise with the odd hour here and there at the weekend and in the evening. It just won't work, and we don't want you to feel disappointed at the end. Another question from Rudo. Do you have to be full-time, or can you do it on your own? I did mention that, Rudo, with similar question to asked by Sohail, so hopefully that's been answered for you. Nadim's asking, what is the future outlook of the accountancy industry in consideration of automation?
Gary, let me answer this one.
Yeah, I was going to pass to Sumit to answer this, actually.
Yeah. Nadim, actually, accountancy industry and accountants will continue to have significant growth because they are becoming the first trusted partners. We are becoming aggregators for everything. It's just not compliance, bookkeeping, payroll, but for organizing finance, for organizing paperwork, wills, for organizing mortgage, insurances. I mean, we are point of contact like aggregators, and DNS is working very closely on the concept of one-stop shop. We are in the process. We're trying to buy mortgage, insurance companies, so that we can become an aggregator. And accountants are best placed to be into a great business, because we are a connect between HMRC and clients. And HMRC relies heavily on accounting industries to collect right taxes. So I personally feel accountancy industry will consolidate. Smaller accountants will struggle because the value of brand and brand building is very, very important. But accountancy industry as a whole, due to automation and AI, will become more of advisory and support rather than just purely compliance and bookkeeping.
Thank you, Sumit. And to add to that, if you remember back in at the middle of the presentation on the slides, we had the cog which said value-added services, and that's why it's really important that we can add that additional value to clients, because we mentioned something like pensions, for example. Somebody was doing their own accounts and they didn't understand what they could take and couldn't take. They may end up not taking as much as possible with regards to their pension, and that's probably the best guaranteed way to reduce your tax liability when you're a high earner. So little things like that is what's going to make accountants really add value to clients, and why they will always continue to look for that specialist advice from clients. I've got let's see if there's any more questions. Shamian's asked a question, do I need to generate my own leads or leads generated centrally? Shamian, it's both. So we've got, like I spoke about, our website, our social media, we generate our own, we've got our own marketing channels, we generate leads through that, but for it to really work, you need to generate your own as well. You can't just sit back and wait on us, and this is why network in your local area is so important. And I can refer you back to that slide from that period there. We'll from the webinar.
One thing, Gary, I can add, like we provide 50 free leads, and yes, if they're not keen on networking, they're not keen on developing their own lead, we can generate quite a few leads through social media, but you will be missing on the leads of creating strategic partnerships, relationships with banks, with lawyers in your local area. So if you really want to be successful, you need to go beyond social media and digital marketing leads, which we will generate for you. I mean, after 50 leads, you can buy more leads, buy a lead bundle from us. And we have quite a few leads going through for many, many areas. And this was also one of the reasons we want to start franchise, because we are getting leads, they're getting wasted.
That's a very good point from Sumit. We've got a number of franchise areas where leads are coming to us because we're getting so many hits from our website. So, and having some of them we will sign up, but obviously we're having to manage them from our head office in Harrow. And it's always a lot better to manage locally, because most people do want somebody they can, if they ever want to, is meet them face to face. The reality is nearly everything will get done via email, phone, and using webinars, using tools like Zoom and Microsoft Teams, which is Microsoft Teams we offer to all our franchisees as part of the package. Okay, so I think that's all the questions that have come through. I'll going back to the final slide there. I just want to finish off with a quote from Mahatma Gandhi: "The future depends on what you do today." So you've obviously made the first step by joining this franchise webinar. Please contact our business development manager, Jodie McMillan, by emailing her at jodie@dnsaccountantsfranchise.co.uk. This is being recorded. We will share this with everyone as well, and Jodie will be in touch to see if you are interested in taking this further and learning more. If we leave it at that, I hope you all have a lovely evening. Look forward to speaking to you and hearing from you in the near future. And hopefully one or two of you, or maybe more, will become franchisees with us at DNS and be part of our family moving forward. Thank you very much for your time, everyone.
Thank you.